Hello guys and welcome to the channel. I am Marv and this is going to be the Moon Pulls podcast highlighting the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. I, for one, am very happy to see this. Thank you so much for lending me your ears while we work through this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, taking place on October 28, 2023. If you are here by way of readings by Marvelous Madame Tarot, thank you. If you are here by way of the Marvelous Enlightenment channel, thank you for catching me over there. Guys, we're going to be going through this. If you are new here with me, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're subscribed to the tribe, and what's good to the fam bams? Hello to my members. All right. This is what we're going to do. If you are new, we go through the audio version of this. This is the podcast version where we're going to talk about our intro. Then we're going to break down a by sign. And then after the audio version of this is done, we're going to jump over to our video version where you will see a full moon lunar eclipse inspired pool. A card pool is what I call it. That's where the name came from, the moon pools. We only do this every new and full moon of the month. And this one is no different. Okay, so I apologize for my voice. I have my volume as loud as it can go because I am straining a little bit. So I have to make sure that I speak evenly. So I apologize. If you can't hear me, please turn me up a little bit on your device. And we're going to go ahead and get right into this intro. Before I do, I just want to say everything that you need is below in the description box for you and your collective. And please go and check me out on TikTok, guys, and let's get started. Before the last eclipse season of 2023 officially comes to a close, it is essential that we reflect on everything that we've experienced, discovered, and are looking forward to exploring further. In addition to being the final eclipse of the year, October's full moon lunar eclipse is especially significant as it is the last of a series that started back in November of 2021. This 2-year eclipse cycle brought emphasis to everything from our personal belongings to our shared resources. The same goes for themes of power, sexuality, wealth, and our values. For reference, on your personal eclipse stories, guys, check which astrological house belong to Taurus or Scorpio in your chart, or Taurus and Scorpio in your birth chart. Hint: where Taurus represents the sense of stability and self-worth, Scorpio speaks about our internal process as well as the shadow side of our unconscious. This astrological axis can tell us a lot about the relationship we have with ourselves and with others. As above, so below. As you may recall, there are between two of 5 eclipses every year. Solar eclipses are potent new moons, while a lunar eclipse is equivalent to a really powerful full moon. In any event, eclipses are notorious for ushering in life-altering changes, some of which could occur between the eclipse date and following 6 months following that. Lunar eclipses occur when the Earth casts a shadow on the moon. This signals an emotional turning point in our personal lives, which could simultaneously trigger a series of expected or unexpected events. If you're one to see the eclipses as intimidating, you're certainly not alone, guys. This astronomical event was regarded as a negative omen in ancient times. But it all stems from our fear of the unknown. Look at it this way. Similar to the phrase, hindsight is 2020, or the phrase, hindsight is 2020, think about the person you were before some of the biggest changes you've experienced in this lifetime. Sometimes the universe takes over unexpectedly, but it's all for our highest good, okay? This month's full moon lunar eclipse will take place via 5 degrees of Taurus on October 28th at exactly 4:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So think back to the new moon in Taurus on May 19th of this year, as well as the previous eclipses that ignited this astrological axis in your birth chart. How have you transformed when in regards to your sense of security and value systems? What are you doing to actualize your self-worth? Is there something that needs to change in the financial realm, or perhaps the way you approach your money-making abilities? This lunar eclipse will not only serve as a reminder of how far you've come in this area of your life, but also bring awareness to what requires change for the sake of your ongoing stability. The same goes for what you need to strengthen, nurture, and take care of on your own. Remember, where Scorpio symbolizes themes of mergers, shared resources, and other people's money, Taurus talks about your personal possessions and self-reliance. Sorry about that, guys. No one read the recording light. Moving on. Luna will sit alongside Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, which is equally as auspicious as it is supportive, specifically when in regards to earthly matters. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, benevolence, opportunities, and spiritual growth. So when looking back at what you've been working toward and investing your energy into, these energies could come into fruition between now and the end of the year. Something else to take into consideration, guys, is the influence of Venus. As the planet of love, money, and security, the ruler of this eclipse, in fact, it's currently transiting the methodical sign of Virgo. Here, Venus is modest, practical, and devoted to her daily rituals. Can you integrate Venus and Virgo's dutiful essence with your personal and professional endeavors? Venus will be approaching an exact trine to Uranus, which could contribute to our healing as well and well-being moving forward, specifically when considering the inevitable chaos of the change maker planet. Venus's alignment with Uranus here is here to help us ground our future visions with fresh solutions and perspective. This could revolve around your money-making abilities, day-to-day affairs, and or your health habits. In the meantime, let's get into the all signs. Guys, before I get into the all signs, I just want to take down some key phrases for all of us as I get into all of the suns and risings, and everything will be time-stamped, as you know. I have been listening to various books, and as I listen and read, because sometimes I can read them, sometimes I can actually listen to them depending on what I got going on. And one of the things that I do is I jot down phrases when they resonate with me. So I know that this is controversial, but I am listening to Jada Pinkett Smith's book, Worthy. I don't want to get into how I feel about the topic. I actually did record some commentary about it, but I don't know whether I'm going to open it up for discussion. Needless to say, there were some key phrases in the book that she said that really resonated with me. One of the things that she said was the way out is the way through. She also said that she was told by, you have to buy the book, but she was basically told by someone in a spiritual community that she respected, that a heart has to break to grow. I agree with both of those statements, so I am sharing those with you. The other one that I wrote down and listening to the Channy podcast, I believe, was trump your certainties. Trump your certainties. So I don't know what those mean to you, but we're going to go ahead and get into the all signs, and we begin with Aries and Aries rising. October's lunar eclipse will charge up your stability-seeking second house of values, sensual comforts, and money-making abilities. Energetically, this is a full circle moment for you when in regards to your possessions, sense of security, and your self-worth. It is sitting together with Jupiter retrograde. The good news is that you could expect a lucky breakthrough in this area of your life between now and the end of the year. Otherwise, Venus and Virgo will continue to encourage you to prioritize mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. It's going to encourage you to prioritize your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. So don't hesitate to make adjustments if necessary. Aries, your full moon reflection is as follows. When looking back at the past 2 years, how have you invested your time, energy, and finances? Are you confident in yourself and what you are capable of? Beautiful. We move on to Taurus and Taurus rising. The past couple of years could have very well been a roller coaster, Taurus collective, but there's no point in looking back when you've come this far. Nevertheless, when looking toward October's full moon lunar eclipse in your sign, it is essential for you to reflect on how much you've grown and transformed, both in your personal life and in regards to your self-worth. Relationship energies that lack certain and or stability, that lack clarity and or stability could be something that you're still working on. But with the support of Jupiter, Uranus, and your celestial ruler, Venus, the next 6 months can help you solidify your sense of security and provide the solutions for next steps. So Taurus, your reflection is as follows. And I am going to refer to it as a full moon, guys, because if I say that over and over again, it's going to drive me nuts and wreck my voice. Your full moon reflection is as follows. What relationships are you ready to close out for the sake of your personal evolution? And how have your values shifted since 2021? We move on to Gemini and Gemini rising. In order for you to embrace your most authentic and radiant self, there needs to be a clean slate of energy for you to work with moving forward. That being said, Gemini collective, the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is activating your 12th house of closure, privacy, past experiences, and unconscious patterns, increasing the likelihood of you confronting a past version of yourself. If this just so happens to be the case, fear not, as Venus is transiting your 4th house of home, family, and innermost feelings, which will support and ground you amidst your healing process. So Gemini, your full moon reflection is as follows. Do you feel safe and secure and content in your reality? Does your current living space meet your expectations and align with your values? We move on to Cancer and Cancer rising. You're being called upon by the cosmos to solidify your sense of self-belonging in the world. How have you cultivated your talents, skills, and abilities for the greater good of mankind? October's full moon lunar eclipse will ignite your 11th house of associations, social contributions, and all while sitting alongside of Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. Venus is also transiting your communication sector. This is the 3rd house of siblings, inner circles, and early education, which will be supporting you, Cancer collective, with insight, perspective, and solution on next steps. Let the sun's journey through Scorpio be your muse. So Cancer, your full moon reflection is as follows. How has your perception around community and friendship evolved in the past couple of years? Are you committed to the process of manifesting your goals and dreams? We move on to Leo and Leo rising. It's time to do what you do best, Leo collective. So take the stage and show the world what you're made of. It's not every day that you have a full moon lunar eclipse touching down on the most public point of your chart, Remember, your 10th house has everything to do with ambition, authority, legacy, and your reputation in the world. Given that Venus is currently transiting your 2nd house of monies, this full circle moment could revolve around your financial security, as well as how you're taking the lead in order to achieve these particular goals in your life. Jupiter retrograde will also be in close proximity to the eclipse, so it won't be long before your hard work pays off. Leo, your full moon reflection is as follows. Where do you see yourself personally and professionally in the next 5 years? And have you been owning up to your value and your self-worth? We move on to Virgo and Virgo rising. Is your immediate environment supportive of your individual belief systems? If you've been tiptoeing around your peers or simply feeling a sense of lack when in regards to your personal outlook, it's time to take a leap of faith and venture into the unknown, Virgo collective. This is especially true when considering the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, as it will charge up your 9th house of faith, exploration, education, and worldviews. Given that Venus, the eclipse ruler, is transiting your sign, your full circle moment and new beginning could be as strategic as it is personal. So Virgo, your full moon reflection is as follows. What needs to be reworked in the realm of your security and personal stability? Are you afraid of stepping outside of your comfort zone? We move on to Libra and Libra rising. If you've questioned your worth and or ability to commit to a joint venture, know that you're getting there slowly but surely. The full moon lunar eclipse will charge up your intimate 8th house of mergers, shared resources, energetic exchanges, and personal trials, bringing energies possibly from 2021 full circle. Themes of death, power, and control could also be of greater significance, but with Venus transiting Virgo via your 12th house of closures and unconscious patterns, there is an opportunity for healing and surrender that could be occurring in the process, Libra. So Libra, your full moon reflection is as follows. Do you trust the foundation of your intimate unions? Are you secure enough within yourself to express your vulnerability if and when necessary? We move on to Scorpio and Scorpio rising. Take a good look around you, Scorpio. Who and what is no longer worthy of your precious time and energy is being illuminated to you at this time, specifically in the realm of friendship, co-workers, and social media. The same goes for the goals you've committed to and whether they're in alignment with your soul's truth. The full moon lunar eclipse will shake up your 7th house of compromise, commitments, and one-on-one partnerships, all while the sun, Mercury, and Mars continue to transit your sign. You have the celestial support you need to break through the facade of these connections. The real question is will you? Okay? It's make it or break it time, guys. So Scorpio, your full moon reflection is as follows. How has your sense of stability in the realm of relationships evolved in the past 2 years? Are you willing to approach these connections with humility and devotion? We move on to Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. When considering the amount of time, energy, and focus you invest in your everyday life, it doesn't hurt to switch things up a bit if necessary. This is especially true with the full moon lunar eclipse touching down on your responsible 6th house of health, work schedules, and acts of service, as there could be a big full circle moment in your life right now. For reference, guys, think back to 2021, namely the eclipses that activated these particular houses in your chart. Fortunately, with lucky Jupiter, your ruler, in the mix, you could be blessed with fruitful opportunities of expansion between now and the end of 2023. Sagittarius, your full moon reflection is as follows. Are your daily devotions productive and fruitful? How can you strategize to maximize your day-to-day efforts? We move on to Capricorn and Capricorn rising. The more you are willing to follow your heart, the more you will thrive in the long run. The last eclipse of the Taurus Scorpio series that began back in 2021 comes to a close with the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, charging up none other than your vivacious fifth house of fertility, creativity, romance, and self-expression. If you have children, this could also be relevant. But with Venus, which is the ruler of this eclipse, in Virgo via your ninth house of wisdom, expansion, and unknown territory, your patience and humility is needed, at least when embarking on this new adventure. That being said, Cap Collective, don't jump to conclusions if you are presented with new opportunities, because you learn something new every day. Capricorn, your full moon reflection is as follows. Are your heart and mind at odds with one another? What narratives or social constructs have you unconsciously subscribed to? We move on to Aquarius and Aquarius rising. Your personal and professional landscape has been top of mind for the past 2 years, thanks to the Taurus Scorpio eclipses. However, with the series officially coming to a close, you are bound to experience a full circle moment in your fourth house of home, family dynamics, and emotional foundations. This is especially true for those of you who may have struggled owning up to your sense of authority. If you have not had trouble seeing eye to eye with a superior in your life, I'll go through that again. This is especially true for those of you who may have struggled owning up to your sense of authority. If not, had trouble seeing eye to eye with a superior in your life. Themes of power and shared resources could also be of prominence, but it's time to commit to a new system and or routine. Aquarius, your full moon reflection is as follows. Is your personal space supportive of your individual freedom? Is this sense of stability in alignment with your legitimate or intimate unions? And last but not least, we move on to Pisces and Pisces rising. The mere thought of venturing outside your comfort zone could have boggled your mind since you can remember. But chances are you've come a long way in the past 2 years, Pisces, thanks to the Taurus and Scorpio eclipse series. This, however, will come to a close during October's full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, bringing a full circle moment to your immediate surroundings, as well as much needed insight regarding the foundation of a significant partnership. Leave it to Venus and Virgo in your relationship sector to highlight what needs tweaking, polishing, and streamlining. The point is, you're getting a green light to move forward. Try to steer away from expectations so you can focus on what is practical for you in the long run. Pisces, your full moon reflection is as follows. How has your beliefs around intimacy evolved? What do you feel comfortable and secure committing to at this time? Beautiful. This concludes the audio version of this audio video podcast. Remember, everything will be time-stamped. If you listen to your specific sun and rising sign and you were unsure on the house, remember where it is time-stamped. It will let you know where it is hitting you. And with that, we're going to conclude. Remember, everything you need is below in the description box for you and your collective. And the next clip you will see will be our moon pull for this particular eclipse. Thank you so much for lending me your ear, guys, and I'll see you next month in the next ones. This concludes our eclipse season for the Taurus and Scorpio axis. Before I complete this, I want to congratulate each and every one of you for evolving and surviving, and congratulations on a new version of you. It has been a very difficult 2 years. If you've lost loved ones, I apologize, and my heart and prayers go out to you. I know that this one with South Node being in Scorpio brought us death. I know that it did. And there's one more thing that I want to read to you before you go. And I want to let you know what a lunar eclipse means. So the lunar eclipse is basically a very powerful full moon. And at times we see endings and even death. What was interesting about this one is that South Node was in Scorpio. Just like now South Node is in Libra. Scorpio brings endings, beginnings, transformations, and yes, if you are into tarot, you know that the major arcana that represents this very powerful zodiac sign is the death card. It rarely indicates a physical death in tarot, but unfortunately, lunar eclipses can see endings and death. Full moons invite us to be more yin and let go and be one with the universe. And all that lunar eclipses don't invite us, they tell us. Okay? Lunar eclipses force us to let go, to say goodbye, to face something. The eclipse is in Taurus, as we know. That's practical, grounded in reality, and embodies the fine arts of building resources and creating security. So a lunar eclipse in the early degrees of Taurus could prompt questions about our resources, money, and perhaps our fears of not having either. As cosmic occurrences create a sense of quickness and urgency, it is important to take things slowly as you stare up at the stars. You can always look to those particular signs for guidance. So I know that this has been rough. This has been a rough one for everyone involved. So in closing, congratulations on the new version of you. If anyone hasn't told you that you did a good job, you did. And lastly, you are enough. Someone needed to hear that. Thank you guys. I appreciate you lending me your ear. I'm really going to close it out this time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello, guys, and welcome to the video portion of the audio video podcast highlighting this eclipse. And we are going to go ahead and get into the pool of this podcast, the actual pool. Let's get into this. We are going to be going in with Sign of the Times Oracle by Miss Crystal Banner. And please bear with me. There is going to be a... There we go. All right, so this is for Aries. Oh, I'm going to put these back, Aries, because I really only want one card. Give me 1 second. And if those cards come back out for you, then they just come back out. All right. This is for Aries. Thank you. Aries, you have the card of Butterfly, Metamorphosis, and that is in the number of 22. Don't know what 22 means to you. Let me lay this down. I want you to see it. There you go. Now, I don't know what what the number 22 means to you, but that is the number of this particular card. Maybe you've seen that as an angel number. I'm going to ask that you go and look that up. And we are going to get, Metamorphosis. This particular card is all about change for the better. This card is about space for the new version of you. Opportunity to change your ways, changes in your social circle. And this, if you are an Aries sun and rising, of course, this eclipse is hitting you in the second house. I just want to say you may be experiencing many changes and even feel like you're transforming into a whole new person, Aries Collective, okay? That process is not always pretty or comfortable. Inside of a chrysalis, caterpillars must break themselves down completely before they can remake themselves as butterflies. You might be in the process of shedding who you used to be by moving away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. But remember, metamorphosis happens over time, and there's no need to rush the process. This painful process of transformation is preparing you for the next step in your journey. Okay? You may be considering changing the way you present yourself, including your appearance and interests. Don't hold back, because this is the time to make those changes. Becoming who you are aligned, the person you are becoming is aligned with your higher self. So free yourself of concerns and welcome the ways that you will emerge beautifully transformed. That is for you, Aries, Metamorphosis. We move on to Taurus and Taurus rising. This is for Taurus. Thank you, Spirit. You have Succulents, resilience, and the energy of 38, 8, 9, 10, 11 goes down to 11, 11. So I would imagine that you would go and look that up as an angel number. I do not know what 38 means to you as a whole number, or the sum of 2, okay, which is 11. And we are going to go into this card, Succulents, okay? So in a nutshell, Succulents is enduring love, discovering your inner strength. Good fortune is coming your way. Current endeavors will be long-lasting. Growth that's sparked by adversity and receiving a gift or making plans, okay? So this particular card represents long-term planning, tenacity, and endurance that develops that it takes to develop endurance, or resilience. Take advantage of your own inner reserves of the mental and physical resilience in challenging times to remain calm and collected in the face of crisis and confusion. And since this is your eclipse, Taurus, this is wrapping up that 2-year cycle, as I already stated. So this is Spirit confirming that you need to stay the course and continue to be resilient, okay? When you tap into this reserve, you are gaining valuable skills about learning important lessons about your limits. This is also longevity and wanting something long-lasting. Set your intentions for a career, relationship, or the situation that you'd like to see in the long run. Keep striving for what has been placed in your heart, Taurus. Stay healthy by watering yourself with love and care. Despite everything that you have endured thus far, you continue to bloom. Beautiful, beautiful for you. Succulents, resilience. We move on to Gemini and Gemini rising, and we got a card, and it is Feather, message. So I'm going to let you know that there is definitely somebody that wants to reach out to you and give you a message. First of all, just by looking at this. Secondly, 7. As soon as I look at this card, the first thing that I am thinking about is relationships, or the 7th house. So my question to you, Gemini Collective, is, are you in some type of relationship that is not going the best, okay? But let's get into the book version of this card, which is Feather, messages. On the right path, pay attention to messages. Someone wants to communicate with you. Look out for a meaningful call, text, or email. In a nutshell, the black feather pictured in the sand is a message that you are surrounded by your angels, and reminder to open up to their wisdom and guidance, okay? Be open and receptive to messages that the universe may be sending you at this time, is what I want to tell you about this. And I want to let you know that if you encounter a feather, if you encounter an encounter with a feather is the equivalent of a divine message delivery. If you find a feather on the walk of a random place or notice one out your window, it's connecting you to the wonder of the spiritual world, okay? Be open and receptive to the messages that the universe is sending you at this time. All right. And it could just mean that if it's not spiritual for some of you guys, somebody definitely wants to reach out to you. Okay. And that is what I have for you. All right. We move on to Cancer and Cancer rising. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. Look at that. We don't do reversals. So for some of you, because this did come over in reverse initially, some of your hope in this rainbow card is in reverse. I want you to get out of that. If you're feeling that way, I want you to get out of that energy, please. This is 6. And, if your hope is in reverse, again, I want you to work on turning that around. This is the card of 6. Don't know what 6 means to you, or half of that, which would be 3. Okay. This is rainbow and this is hope. And in the short version, this is better days are ahead. Let go of previous struggles, inspiration from children, and keep the faith. All right. Now I'm going to get in and let you know. Rainbows are a symbol of hope and luck because they represent the vibrant beauty that follows a storm, both literally and figuratively. Rainbows appear in other unexpected ways, such as shimmering reflection of the sun displayed on the wall or in the child's scribbled drawing. Children display the carefree and hopeful vibe of this energy, so when they incorporate rainbows into this art, they are truly reflecting the positivity that it represents. All right. You've been through a difficult time, Cancer. All right, you have. But this rainbow is a beautiful message of the endless possibilities and wonder, a sign of healing and forward momentum. There are wonderful things waiting for you at the end of this symbolic rainbow, so have faith. And this is also giving me the star vibes, hope, healing, and optimism. If there is an Aquarius in the mix or someone that you are, or you have it in your chart, it may resonate with you a little bit more that good times are ahead. So just hold out for hope, okay? Keep that hope steady. We move on to Leo and Leo rising. Leo and Leo rising. Thank you, Spirit. Bullseye, focus. That is going to be the card of 40. I don't know what 40 means to you or 4. To me, this is really speaking about something intuitively with your home. It's giving me 4th house vibes, but let's go. Nope, wrong card, sorry. It's giving me fourth house vibes is what it's giving me. 40, bullseye focus. So this is minimizing your distractions. Increase the tension of interest in you. Your goal is near. There is a goal in the line of sight and a complete focus is required to hit the target dead on. Maybe you're preparing for an upcoming test or getting close to achieving a personal or professional goal. In any case, self-discipline, planning, and time management are necessary for success. It's time to buckle down, Leo Collective, okay? If there is an element of completion, careful preparation is required to achieve your desired result. You may also be in a situation where you have your eyes on a potential friend or romantic partner, or someone has you in their sights. Balance is key in all things, so be cautious of becoming overly focused to the point of overthinking, obsession, or distraction. This could lead you to miss your mark and lead to frustration as a result of not meeting your goal. But if you miss, take a break and try again. With all of your hard work, you can definitely do this. There is also something that you're focused on in your home situation as well. I'm going to tell you that I want you guys to stay the course, and it's time to block out those distractions as the message is stating. Intuitively, though, this again is making me feel like this has something to do with your home, family members, home, or something of that nature. So look into those areas of your life to ensure that you are on track. All right, we move on. All right, Virgo and Virgo rising. Virgo and Virgo rising. Thank you. All right, Virgo. So we got the card of fence. Boundaries is what we have. The card of 26. The sum of 6 and 2 is 8. So this is feeling like you've been working hard. It feels 8 of Pentacles like for me. Let's put this down. Maybe you've been working too hard to notice something that needs to be fixed in your life. But I immediately got 8 Pentacles and I also got 8 Wands as well. I'm feeling quick moving communication or something or quick conclusion is also what I'm seeing. So let's go to this card and in a nutshell find out where we are. Set stronger boundaries and say no. All right. So Spirit is thinking that in this eclipse, which is hitting you in the 9th house anyway, which was already discussed in the audio portion, but just saying, it could be that mentally you're very wise beyond your years, but there are some things in your life that just need stronger boundaries. And it's important to establish boundaries within your life and relationships, especially as forms of self-care. Just as fences clearly define what is yours in areas where people cannot access or have access to you. A fence is up to provide that line to say, okay, this is my space, and on the other side of this gate is your space. It's time to determine where you should set up fences around your heart and your time right now. Be clear about what you will and won't allow. People may be asking a lot of you or trying to take advantage of you, but know that they can only do what you allow, Virgo. Be deliberate, not only in setting boundaries, but in communicating them. This card can also serve as a reminder that you need to stand up for yourself and nudge to be firmer in those lines that you've established. You are, in a sense, teaching people how to treat you. A lot of individuals do not understand that about boundaries. They feel a certain way about boundaries instead of respecting boundaries. I'm going to tell you not to pick on them, but the people who have the harder time just at a quick glance respecting boundaries are all of the fixed signs. They have a tendency of turning the boundary into what they want it to be. And you have to constantly remind them what you will and won't deal with. That's just the nature of being fixed. They feel like they want it their way. So if you are dealing with fixed signs, good luck with that, because you're going to have to tell them and let them know again. Needless to say, you are, in a sense, teaching people how to treat you. So even if you feel awkward or uncomfortable, in the long run, this will have a positive impact on your personal and familial relationships and increase your self-confidence. So that is what I see for you, Virgo. That's really interesting. A lot of individuals do not look at it like that, but that's exactly what's going on. This is for Libra. Moving on. This is for Libra. Oh, yes. I love this, Libra. Look at that. Skull endings. 29. Okay. Mourning or grief. Difficulties are ending. Accept things that you cannot change. I love this for you, Libra. Especially with South Node in our sign. I'm a Libra rising. It's time to let it go. I've been preaching this to you actually just to prepare you, but this is definitely the reality of the situation. Mourning and grief, letting go. Difficulties are ending, accepting things that you cannot change. The skull appears when endings are at hand. It is a powerful symbol of mortality. But this card also symbolizes the circle of life, both endings and how those endings birth new beginnings. This will be the equivalent of the death card for me if you are dealing with a Scorpio or anyone that has Scorpio in their chart. It's ended, let it go. You could be experiencing the end of a relationship, job, or phase in your life. It is imperative that you give yourself space to grieve this ending. Allow the time and space to accept it and process your emotions, whether it is welcome and has been a long time coming, or it is sudden and unexpected. Change is often uncomfortable, but this symbol is urging you to look at endings with a different perspective. The plants pictured growing from the skull in this vase symbolize growth that can occur after the end. Endings act as fertile ground for what you decide to plant next. Give yourself grace as you experience these transitions and prepare for a fresh start. I love this. And 9, 10, 11. This is also an 11 card. Somebody else had one, and I just pulled it. It was 38. I don't remember who that was. That probably was either Cancer or Leo. I'm going to look now. So I'm telling you, who had 38, 8, 9, 10, 11. Taurus had 11. Yeah. So you could have, this may resonate with you more, Libra, if you have Taurus in your chart, or if, if you're connecting with a Taurus in some way. But this is giving me, again, death vibes, the death tarot card. Endings are beginnings. So don't completely freak out about something that is ending, because and I love the way Crystal Banner puts it, and this particular skull, and let me go back to that quote. I love this. I'm going to start incorporating that. She states, it says, endings act as fertile ground for whatever you decide to plant next. I love that. Okay? And that is for you. We move on to Scorpio and Scorpio rising. Mirror, reflection. The card of 20. All right, Scorpio, this is hitting you in your 7th house too. So this is the last one, though. There's not going to be any more nudges here that's going to be reminding you to reflect. The next lesson is going to go, I believe, in the next house. You've already came this far. So whatever lessons you got for your relationships and this eclipse that has been, this thing that's been going on in your relationship since November 2021, either you learned it and incorporated, or you're going to lose it and go to the next lesson. Let's hope that it is what I said previously. This is making time for fun, exciting partnerships ahead, vacation plan. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong one. I know you like, wait a minute, Marv, that don't sound like reflection. Time alone brings clarity. Developing a self-care routine, deepening your connections with others, focusing your attention on yourself and your needs. This is a big question. This card signals contemplation and the type of productive reflection that brings epiphanies. Okay, this mirror reflection, looking at yourself in the mirror. Okay. This can manifest as taking time out for self-care, meditating more often, or writing in a journal. Give yourself grace as you reflect on your life and how far you have come. Just be careful not to fall in love with your own reflection. Listen to what she's saying. Just be careful not to fall so in love with your own reflection that you stop seeing the beauty in the world around you and the signs and symbols they're calling out to you that's guiding you, okay? And that is the other part of looking at the man in the mirror, because sometimes you can look in the mirror and you don't see a damn thing, but your reflection sitting back at you, and it's not opening up the door to any insights or any epiphanies at all, because you're justified. You feel completely justified and you do absolutely nothing wrong. This is telling you to contemplate, and the type of productive reflection that's going to bring an epiphany is what you should be doing. And this is your card, Scorpio, mirror. We move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius rising. That jumped out and went backwards. We have the card of, oh no, the evil eye, protection. Numbered 1. Okay. I don't like this for you, but place this symbol around for your additional protection. Jealous eyes are upon you, and beware of negative energy. Protect your energy. This card is a sign not only of protection, but empowerment. When you take the steps to protect yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, there is no reason to fear. This can also speak of being in the public eye and or receiving increased attention, indicating that there is a need to beware of your surrounding energy. You may see the evil eye showing up in many ways, such as an emoji, a charm, or a sticker, as this laptop is illustrated. It is confirmation that you are and will be protected. The aloe vera plant alongside of it, which is right here, is illustrated alongside the evil eye sticker for further emphasis, the spiritual representation of protection and good luck. The beauty of this symbol is that you can easily incorporate it into your life anywhere you feel necessary. So for some of you guys, I would suggest to go and get an aloe vera plant. But let me just make sure. This is the evil eye for you. This is, hold on, she says, yes, an aloe vera plant. So, or you can research Sagittarius, other signs of good luck. You can go and get that evil eye bracelet. If you find one that is real, you can get a sticker. Whatever it is, the card is telling you that evil, jealous eyes are upon you, but that you are protected, okay? Moving on to Capricorn. Thank you. And Capricorn rising. Unlimited infinity, unlimited potential. This is also a 7 card. The number is 43. There we are. This is about multiple possibilities, Capricorn. Time to expand. You need to avoid self-sabotage and an ongoing situation is also what it means. The infinity symbol, also known as lemniscate. Now this is going to bother me. Leminscate. Lemniscate. That's going to bother me. Go look it up, guys. I know that I am pronouncing it incorrectly. And I'm not at my desktop, so I cannot look at, well, maybe I can. Hold on. It's going to drive me nuts. All right. You can still look it up, but I'm going to go into the pronunciation of it right now. I didn't realize that I had my other phone with me. Give me a second. So, L-E-M. Yes, here we go. Let's pronounce you.
Lemniscate.
Lemniscate. Did you guys hear that?
Lemniscate. Lemniscate.
All right. Thank you.
Lemniscate. Lemniscate.
Lemniscate. Got it. Moving on. It's a symbol that literally has no end. You can't pinpoint where it ends or where it begins, but it continues. The possibilities are endless. Dream big and set challenging goals and break through any barriers, real or imagined, Capricorn. Anything is possible, so release any self-imposed limitations. If you're doubting your own ability, now is the time to believe in your potential. The lemniscate can also signify that you are on to something bigger than you even imagine. Whatever ideas you have now can grow exponentially. The card is also a reminder to resist settling for less. It may appear easier, but you are destined for more, so keep going. Multiple possibilities, time to expand, avoid self-sabotage, and ongoing situation. I love this. And Cap, this is hitting you in your 5th house. I'm loving what that means for you. Okay. We move on to Aquarius and Aquarius rising. Aquarius, you guys have the card of Firefly, Wonder. This is hitting you in your 4th house. So 4 and 4 is 8 and comes back down to 4. So this is what we're talking about. Or half of that, 22 as well. Looking at the card. Firefly, Wonder. Express yourself, creatively, artistic activities, seeing things through the eyes of a child, find wonder in the small things, and attention for creative gifts. All right. This card is a nudge to pay attention to the universe or what the universe may be transmitting, new ideas or flashes of inspiration your way. Write down anything that comes to mind and don't be surprised if your creative endeavors are being noticed. Let this be motivation for you to continue creating magic in ways that makes you happy. And I'm going to tell you, this also is going to find a hobby. I was just telling a client this the other day. Pour your energy into something else that's going to make you happy, such as attending the paint and sip, which are very fun. Experiment with cooking or creating something for your own enjoyment. And get inspired any way you can. You know, sometimes that's where you meet people. Like they have, like, especially at the junior colleges, a lot of times they'll have makeup classes. They have, there's private chefs that are doing cooking demonstrations and you get to eat the food. I've experienced all of those. Wine tastings, the sipping paints. That stuff, I know a lot of you may feel like you need to go with somebody. And sometimes, yeah, it may be fun to go with another person. But I'm going to tell you that when you just step outside your box, even a sewing class, you meet people. That's how you meet people, especially when it's a class that's teaching you how to do something. You know, sometimes people go with a partner, but then you strike up a conversation in those classes, and now you are focused on something else. So I'm telling you that when you focus your energy on something else other than the things that you don't like, and pour that energy of the things that you may not like in your life, things open up, okay? And finally, Pisces. You are healing. This is medical staff. The card of 13, healing. 1 + 3 is 4. So this could be at your home. Recover from a heartbreak or grief, past trauma, the ability to help others heal through your experience, or let your friends and family support you. Whether you're in pain or whether that pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual, this symbol shines light on the healing that has or is taking place in your life. Remember that the healing process sometimes requires us to seek assistance from others. Since healing isn't always linear, be patient with yourself. Pisces, progress may look different depending on the day-to-day situation, which is okay. Allow yourself to process your emotions and examine your triggers. Healing is uncomfortable, but once you get to the other side, you'll be proud of how far you come and the knowledge that you have gained. I love that, okay? And that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to, lending me your ears and eyes for this. These will be, of course, linked below. I will give you each name as well as the number for your additional research if you want to go and look up the angel numbers for these, just to give you further confirmation that you are on the right track. And I am telling each and every one of you, like I told you at the end of the audio version, you've kicked butt. You've come this far. Every single one of you. You're not the same person that you were back in November of 2021. And that is saying something. Like, share, and subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. Everything you need is below in the description box. And I will see you when we do it again. Bye, guys.